topic for tonight to share with you because most of us in our business, we experience a lot of setbacks. Whether you are new, whether you are, a veteran or an expert in the business, or let's say, you're an expert already, or you're a top leader, and no one is actually excused to, encountering obstacles and setbacks, and it can come in many forms. And tonight, my topic is how do you really come back from those kind of setbacks? And again, I would like to share with you some piece here, okay, of my training. There you go. So my topic for tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is about how you actually come back from your setback. And again, setback can come in many forms. It could be it can come from your personal life, relationship, in your business. It could come from, your health or whatever. But of course, we will just focus on our business for tonight. We will just focus on the setback in our business. And generally, ladies and gentlemen, uh, when we relate these setbacks to our life, ladies and gentlemen, actually, I would say that there are three kinds of living or levels of living. And I would like to relate this to our business. This meeting is being recorded, so continue. I heard that.
Yes, sir.
Zoom
Just continue.
actually upgraded their setting where you will have to continue or allow if you want or if you want something to be recorded. So I said continue. So there are three levels of living, ladies and gentlemen. This is applicable to all of us. And again, these three levels of living is that the life that we live can be almost living. The second one is like the second level is most kind of living, and the highest one is the utmost kind of living. All right, and probably you have heard some of your friends or some of the people you know in your circle that they were just kind of living an almost life. You know that you are, or our friends are living what we call an almost life if it's uh goes to like not quite kind of life, sort of, or nearly, because almost, it also means not quite, it also means sort of, and it also means nearly. If I may just relate this, it's like let's say if you want to lose weight, a lot of people says I almost lost weight. All right? Or if some people are, into a project, it's like they will say, if they fail to get the project done, they will say, oh, I almost got the project done, or I almost finished the project. Or, you can see a lot of people around you, most are actually stuck in an almost life. And if I will relate that to our business, a lot of our distributors are actually in this kind of state as well. A state where they are in almost kind of doing the business. It's like I almost, got a pay in. I almost got my prospect to say yes. I almost had a sign up. I almost had the leader. I almost have this, eagle in my group. There is a lot of things that they almost. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, my goal tonight is to get out, or to help you get out from that situation of having or being in an almost state of your networking career or networking life, because we don't want you to get stuck in that almost kind of state. I don't want you to become an average distributor. I don't want you to get stuck in your setback. So, ladies and gentlemen, I believe that there's more to life than having an almost life. All right? I believe that there are more things in store for you to being top distributors, top leaders in your region, than having or being an almost kind of top distributor. So I would just say that don't settle for less if you know that you can actually become big in this business. So I want to help you to get out of that kind of almost state of your networking career, of your networking life. Because again, if it's not you, probably a lot of your downlines are stuck in an almost life in terms of their networking business. So let me start, ladies and gentlemen, by saying that, there are three primary ways. This is very important. There are three primary ways how we actually learn. Number one is, of course, through education. Education means, of course, reading books, attending classes, and in our business, it's about attending trainings, of course, being part of the R2S program, or being part of your team's program, your team's training and everything, or helping yourself to be educated in terms of like when the company gives what I call year-end training, kickoff training, and of course a lot of international trainers are giving their own training. So this is how we educate ourselves, or this is how we learn actually. You can actually learn from conversation. And in for the last several years, I have learned a lot of things by merely conversing to a lot of people. Because let's say if I don't know how to cook and I talk to someone who knows how to cook, then I learn from that person, because you can actually learn from people of the things that you don't actually know how to do. For example, cooking, but you talk to someone and they know how to cook, then you learn from it as well. In the same way in our business, if you're not very good in prospecting, if you're not very good in invitation, if you're not good in closing, you can actually learn from a lot of things from merely talking to your upline, talking to your mentors, conversing with our international trainers and coaches. And by that, we actually learn. And number three, ladies and gentlemen, we learn from merely observation. Just by observation, we can actually learn a lot of things. All right, like if you merely observe, if you sit down and look at people around you, look at your environment, probably sit in the park and just look at the behavior and patterns of the people there, you learn a lot of things. All right, even in nature, you can actually learn a lot of things from nature. Now, what I can say is this: when you got into the business, it is in the form how did you learn to know about our business, or how did you encounter our business? I would say that it's in one of those, or one of these primary ways. Probably you've encountered alliance by education, all right? Or by conversation, someone offered you this opportunity, someone talked to you about this, talk it out with you, or by merely observing. You attended the training, someone invited you, and you just observed the seminar room, the training hall. You saw some successful people there, dressed up like really big guys, top distributors, and you learned about this business. And ladies and gentlemen, I had the same experience several years ago when I first set my foot in the seminar hall being conducted, all right, or seminar being conducted in the seminar hall. And by observation, and when the speaker, talked about the compensation plan, the products of the company, and he went on to talk about the incentives of the company, when he talked about the incentive about traveling, ladies and gentlemen, someone or something in me just jumped out. It's probably my spirit. It's probably, I got excited when I saw that there is a free US travel, because when I was young, I had this, experience of reading this magazine and, looking all to these different places all over the world. And it excites me at a very young age when I see, different places in different countries through that travel magazine. And I was telling myself that one day I want to see the Statue of Liberty. I want to see the Eiffel Tower. I want to go around the world and everything when I was very young and, going through the travel magazine. So my experience is that when I attended my first networking seminar and they talked about the travel incentive, ladies and gentlemen, my spirit just jumped out from me. I got excited. I wanted to join. And when I went home that night, I can never sleep because what attracted me was the travel incentive. I wanted to travel even at a very, very young age. All right. So something in me jumped out, my spirit jumped out, and you know, I wanted to become a part of this business, a part of this industry. But ladies and gentlemen, you know, when you first signed up to this business, you got excited as well. I don't know what you saw in our seminar, what you saw in our marketing plan. I don't know what your uplines, your sponsors told you, but something in there, something from there motivated you. Something from there, you know, made your spirit excited. It's like your calling is calling you. And that built a momentum inside you. That's why, for some reason, you came up with the capital, you loaned money from someone because you had to pay for the 45,888 to buy the global package. And for some reason, you felt this energy, you had the drive, you had the force, and it's like you can do everything to become successful in this business. I mean, everything is possible for you. At one point, I know that you're able to convince yourself, especially when you were just starting in this business. At one point, you convince yourself 100% that you can become a global ambassador, you can become a, uh, a millionaire circle member, and you just can become, you know, a top distributor, just like those people you met when you first went to our branch or our office. And that momentum, ladies and gentlemen, is inside of us all. Even when we were children, we had that momentum already. We had that energy already. We had the drive. We have the force. We have a push. That's why when we are all new into the business, we talk to as many people as possible, not caring, we did not care what other people will, think about us, even if they think we are scammers, even if they think that we are crazy about this business and everything. We just went out there, talk to our friends, offer the products, offer the business because simply we had the momentum. Ladies and gentlemen, I know that you at one point, especially when you were new in the business, you were, doing that. Like, nothing's gonna stop you, nothing's gonna discourage you, and everything. And you know, it's just you felt you can be someone very big in this business because what I call that is your momentum. And ladies and gentlemen, you have to understand that everybody, our downlines, our, you know, new people, even old people had this momentum, have this kind of momentum. They just feel the energy. They just feel the drive and force and a push. But I know also some of you are asking right now, yes, sir, I felt that, my downlines felt that, but for some reason, they stopped. Or for some reason, I never got excited anymore. My excitement level is not the same anymore after 3 months from the time I signed up. From the time I joined, after 5 months, after 6 months, I never felt the energy, the drive, the force, the push anymore. The momentum is simply gone. In fact, uh, last night, during my training with the R2S starter class, during our Q&A, our question and answer portion, a lot of people have the same question. Like they were saying that, sir, what do I do with my downlines who is not moving? Like, what if the people I signed up are actually stopping and quitting and everything? Well, you can do a lot of things. If your people are quitting, your people stop and everything, you can just look for new people and build new ones. But the main thing that I'd like to discuss with you here, why do they stop in the first place? Because, ladies and gentlemen, in one way or another, they lost the momentum. They lost the energy. They lost the excitement. The fire in their hearts, the fire in their eyes are gone. And that fire was with them the first day they did the business. And it was simply gone. The force was gone. The push was gone. Why? Because they encountered some forms of setbacks. That's why they stopped. They got discouraged. They are never excited anymore. And it happens to everyone, not only to your downlines, it happens to all the group all over the world. It happens to you as well. Because when setbacks happen, ladies and gentlemen, it discourages us. It stops our momentum. It discourages us to a point where we want to quit. And that's what happened to some of your downlines who you signed up and they are not moving anymore because they simply lost the momentum because they encountered some form of setback. And if they don't know how to come back from those setbacks. And if you, being the upline leader, the sponsor, do not know how to help them come back from the setback, or you do not know how to help them break through from that motivation dip. When their motivation dips, they must know, or you must guide them how to come back from that dip, how to break through from that, how to go back. And ladies and gentlemen, we encounter some form of setbacks, and I call that sometimes life or life's interruption. We have the momentum, we have the energy, we have the drive and everything, and simply we encounter these setbacks. And the most common setback that a lot of distributors encounter is what I call, or what they call, rejection. A lot of network leaders, a lot of distributors, a lot of downlines, they treat rejection as a permanent setback, as a major setback, when in fact rejection is just part of our business. It's not actually a major setback. It just gives you a chance to redirect your effort. That's why you must write this down. Rejection is simply redirection. It redirects you to a more potent prospect, to a more, let's say, effective prospect, to a more powerful prospect, to, let's say, a prospect that can be your future leader. So when someone rejects you, it's the universe saying that, hey, this one can be a part of your business for now, maybe in the future. Or it's like the universe telling you that you look for someone else, because this prospect you are talking to that rejects you is not in, or it's not for the business. It's not, fake, or it's not actually fit in the business. So rejection is actually redirection. But if you treat rejection as a permanent setback, then it actually discourages you, and your motivation dips, and you slow down and everything. So let's just take a look into some of the what I call life interruptions. Like, life interruption can be a disturbance, disruption, interference, or trouble. And again, in our business, it could be in the form of your downline quitting, your major leader jumping to a different company, leaving you. It could be in the form of your downline, joining a different program. It could be in the form of your downline disturbances, these interruptions, they are trapped and they don't know what to do. Again, it can come in a form of, let's say, health problems, relationship issues. It could come in the form of, let's say, a lost loved one, financial trouble. It could be about your job. And bottom line, again, there could be a lot of interruption in our business. Again, it can come in a form of rejection in our business. You can experience your downline quitting, your major leader leaving you, or you have relationship issues with your leaders because there's a miscommunication. And it creates trouble in your team. It creates interruption, it creates interference. And sometimes these are the reasons why your group slows down, and eventually you hit a setback. You encounter obstacles in the form of strained relationship, in the form of your downlines not following you anymore, not respecting you anymore. It can come in a form of, let's say, you losing your motivation, and you got lazy, and the fire's not there anymore, and you're not excited anymore. And I'm sure a lot of you have experienced these things already. So what do you do, ladies and gentlemen? Because some people, unfortunately, when they hit, when they encounter obstacles, when they face setbacks, most people, ladies and gentlemen, they sit in the setback, or they settle in their setbacks, and they just wallow in their dramas, they just wallow in their negativities, and they have the self-pity, and everything. And worse, some people cement themselves in the setback permanently. And these are the people you will see quitting our business. These are people you will see your downline started being lazy, being discouraged, and eventually they quit because they cement themselves in their setback because of many encounter with rejections. So my job, ladies and gentlemen, tonight is to help you get out from these setbacks, because you will know that a lot of people actually cement themselves in the setback. Like when you talk to people, when you meet new friends over party, over dinner, or you meet someone in the airport and you tell them or you ask them, what are you? Are you married or are you single? When people say, "Well, I'm divorced," all right, nawala. Nawala. Nawala ba? Nandiyan pa rin ako.
Nandiyan pa po
All
kayo.
right, I thought I lost you guys. So when people, you ask them, are you married or are you single? And they tell you, I'm divorced. Well, that it itself, based on their answers, you know already that they are cementing themselves in their setback. Why they can't answer they are single? Why they can't answer they are previously married? Why would they answer, I'm divorced? And if you ask them, how many years have you been divorced? 18 years. So simply, it has been 18 years ago. And until now, they answer, in terms of their status, that they are divorced. And why do people do that? Because from their answers, they are still living in the past. They are still living in their setback. They are actually settling in the setback, and they are cementing themselves in the setback. Oh, I got pregnant when I was 18 years old. Now that you are 40, ladies and gentlemen, that was 22 years ago. So some people are settling in their setback. It's like when you follow up your downlines and they answer your upline, I don't feel like doing the business anymore. I like to quit and everything. And you ask them, why? Because I got rejected. My downline left me. My new prospect do not believe me. It's very hard to sign up people. And when you ask them, when did this happen? Last year, upline, before the pandemic. These people are cementing themselves in their setback. They are settling in their setback. They do not know. They either do not know how to get out, how to have a breakthrough. They do not know how to get out from that situation. Or probably they are misguided. So let's say if you got rejected like few weeks ago, and it's your reason why you are lazy now and discouraged now, well, that was a few weeks ago and you did not do anything to look for new prospects. You are sitting in your setback. If your major downline, major leader left you because they joined a different program and that discouraged you, and that was already 3 months ago, and you're still sitting in your couch, watching TV, not getting out and looking for prospects, well, I'm telling you this, you are cementing yourself in your setback. And there's a lot of examples here about you cementing yourself in the setback, but I'm telling you, if you do not come back from your setback, well, you will permanently cement yourself in your setback and you will never achieve anything anymore. All right? So what I want you to guys is that I want you to learn how to get out of it, because most people don't know what to do when they are in their setback. So I hope you're able to relate with me, because if it's not you now, it could be your downlines, it could be your leaders tomorrow facing some kind of obstacle, facing some kind of setback, facing some kind of life interruption. That's why this is a very important training information that you will be learning, so that you will be able to help your downlines to have a comeback from their setback. So ladies and gentlemen, how do you do that? How do you make a comeback from a setback? All right, and this is very, very important. All right, number one is to become awake. Become awake. Why do I say you have to become awake? Because for some reason, some people have been sleepwalking throughout their life. Some people have been sleepwalking in their networking business, doing nothing, letting the day pass by without any activity. Become awake, ladies and gentlemen, to rise up do amazing things in the midst of this pandemic. In the midst of the quarantine, like in Uganda, there is a lockdown right now. They can lock us down because of this pandemic. But I'm telling you, do not let this quarantine lock down our dreams. Do not let this pandemic lock down our spirit. So you have to become awake. All right? You have to do something. You have to really do things. Ladies and gentlemen, go out there and make things happen. Move. Take action. And that is very important, because if you wallow in your dramas, if you wallow in your negativity, if you wallow in your negative feelings, my friends, you'll never be able to go out. You will never be able to come back from your setback. So the first thing you have to really do is to become awake. Wake up. So tell your downlines, if they are here, wake up. All right? Shake them. Shake their shoulders like this. Wake up. It's like stop sleepwalking, because it's time for us to work hard, go out there, and get our dreams. We don't deserve this kind of almost life. We don't deserve to be just an average distributor. We don't deserve to have an almost life in our AIM global career. We have to become one of the great distributors of Alliance all over the world. We cannot just become a mediocre distributor. So wake up, my friends, to come back from your setback. Wake up, because the best antidote, ladies and gentlemen, to overcome the best antidote to setbacks, the best antidote to obstacles is taking action. So become awake. Stop sleeping. Stop wallowing in your fear, in your doubt. All right? Stop your personal dramas. Turn off your negative emotions. Turn off your negative feelings. Go out there. Take action again. If you lost all your people, build again. Build again. All right? So become awake. Number 2, take inventory. When I say take inventory, what do you have? Well, let me tell you this. You have the skills already. If you do not have the skills, attend more trainings. And how do you do that? Remember, how do we learn? How do we learn? In 3 primary ways: education, conversation, and observation. You can talk to a lot of people, your mentors, and you can learn how to effectively do prospecting, how to effectively do invitation, follow-up, how to build again. Ladies and gentlemen, take inventory. If you lack the skills, learn the skills, acquire important skills. Information is available everywhere. There's a lot of information that you can actually acquire. There's a lot of trainings available for you to enhance your skills, to improve your craftsmanship. We have launched the batch, or the second batch of the R2S program. We are running the starters class, the builders class, and of course, the master class right now. And just yesterday, I had an audience of more than 250 in regions 5, 6, and 7, talking about prospecting mastery. And ladies and gentlemen, if you are not part of this program, I'm telling you, you are losing a lot, because we are teaching a lot of people the updated, all right, the upgraded way of prospecting, especially in these times, in these trying times. So take inventory. What do you have? What you don't have? All right, write it down. If you're not good in prospecting, then improve on yourself. All right, there's a lot of resources here. There's a lot of, coaches who can help you and guide you. Make a personal assessment. And for me, I'd like to, tell you, do not focus on your disadvantage. All right, if you think that, focus on your strength. Do not focus on your weaknesses. Everybody has handicap. All right, when I say, if you're familiar with playing golf, when you're new in golf and you're playing against, let's say, some good golfers and professional golfers, they would tell you that, they will give you plus points, so that at least to make the game even for both of you, for the players. So they give like plus points to, let's say the golfers or the players who are not yet that good as professionals, and they call it a handicap. All of us, even me, in some form, we have our own personal handicap. It's our weaknesses. But if you focus on your weakness, you will just get discouraged all the more. So why not improve on your skills, improve on your strength, and take inventory and acquire the necessary skills that you need to build your business. Instead of focusing too much on results, focus on improving yourself. Because a lot of people, they easily get discouraged because they focus too much on the results, the money that they like, the result that they like to make, or to the results that they want to get, the money that they want to make. And if they never get that after a period of time, they get discouraged. So for me, instead of you focusing on the results, focus on improving yourself, because when you focus on learning, when you focus on activity, that's when you actually get the results that you like. So take inventory, my friends. Number 3, this is very, very important. You've got to have the right partners. You have got to have the right business partners. You have to have the right friends if you want to become successful. You have to have the right circles, the right association. All right? You have to associate yourself with the people with the right mindset as you have. You have to associate yourself with people with the right motives, right goals, like you, like what you have. Ladies and gentlemen, it's very important not to waste your time with people who will never help you reach your goals. You have to associate yourselves with people who will encourage you, who will push you, again, who has the same mindset as you are, again, with the same motivation as you have. So it's important, ladies and gentlemen, to select the right people in your life. And you have to let go of those people who are not serving your purpose. Life is like that. You will never be able to carry everyone with you. In running your race, you'll never be able to bring everyone with you. It's not only it's not only applicable in our business life, it's also applicable in our personal life. Ladies and gentlemen, you have to learn how to let go of those people who are not, serving your purpose, or are not helping you. So you have to have the right partners. And if you have the right partners now, make sure to appreciate them. Make sure to treasure them. Make sure to really learn from them. Make sure to appreciate them, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure to love them. If you have the right upline, if your upline is helping you, that you have a very, very good bonus. All right? So if you have downlines who are cooperative, who are team players, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate them. All right? Count your blessings. All right? And if you think that you don't have the right partners, you don't have the right downlines because they're not moving, they're just your source of discouragement. Ladies and gentlemen, if you cannot change your people, change people. You know what I'm saying? If you cannot change your downlines, change downlines, meaning look for someone else. Look for some people elsewhere. Don't be afraid, ladies and gentlemen, to let go of your downlines who are not moving. Because if you wait for them to move, if you're going to wait for them, I'm telling you, you are passing the responsibility to them instead of you owning the responsibility for your own success. Last night, there was a lot of questions about that. They're getting discouraged because some of their downlines apparently are not moving. Well, wake up. Your success is in your hands. It's not in your downlines. It's not based upon how your downlines react. It's not how your downlines move. Whether they are fast or slow, the point is success should be in your own hands, which means whether they do the business or not, or they stop, it doesn't matter, because you know what to do and you can build again, look for someone, look for some more out there, even without them. So what I want you to understand, my friends, is that you have to really make a commitment to the right people. If you think that you don't have the right people right now and they're just the source of your discouragement, the source of your disappointment, ladies and gentlemen, better look for some other people. Do not focus on what's not working. Focus on what you can control. You cannot control your downline. You cannot control their action. You cannot control their attitude. You cannot control their behavior. But you can control your feelings, your emotions. You can control your actions. So focus on yourself, on doing something productive rather than thinking and thinking and thinking how to push your downlines to move. You can only inspire people, but you cannot, you know, push them to take action. It's going to be upon their decision. All right? So have the right partners, let go of the wrong ones. Number 4, how to get out of your setback and make a good comeback. Have the right plan, my friend. Have the right plan. And how do you find the right plan? Well, guess what? From the 3 ways on how we actually learn. The plan is in education, the plan is in the conversation, the plan is in your observation. Because when you are learning, you will actually become creative. And this is the amazing thing. The plan is where you have been studying all along. I will repeat. The plan is where you have been studying all along. It's just right inside you. You just have to be creative because the plan is right there. And believe me, we've been giving you the blueprint in our training programs through the R2S, through the international coaches, through the BODs and everything, through your uplines, through your team. We've been giving you the blueprint. The plan, ladies and gentlemen, is inside you all. It's just a matter of, bringing that creativeness out, bringing that creativity out of you. Because even if you accumulate, if you learn all these things, but you never really take action and you never really sit down to create a plan, you never become successful in our business. That's why it's really very important to take time to know what is the right plan. And I'm telling you, the right plan is where you have been studying all throughout this time. It's inside you. And if it's not yet, you can learn it in 3 different ways: through education. How do you educate yourself? Reading books, attending trainings, watching motivational videos, watching our trainings, putting on the podcast and everything. Another 2 is by conversation. Have a regular, conversation. Have a regular meeting with your upline, with your mentor, with your coaches, because from there, you'll be learning a lot and you can create a plan out of that. And number 3, by simply observation. You can actually learn a lot of things when you observe those top distributors, those top leaders in your particular region. So have the right plan. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, to come back from your setback, it is very important to be persistent. You have to be persistent. Got to have persistence in this business. You've got to have that resilience, because the truth is, people like us, especially if you have been trained in this business, initially, people like us do not simply quit. We are resilient, we are persistent, and I'm telling you, this is your time right now. We're gonna blast through August, October, or we're gonna blast through August, September, October, November, until December. We still have more than 5 months to go before the year end. We can still make it. We can still do good things. We can still make good things happen. We can still do big things, ladies and gentlemen. We can still accomplish the impossible. We just need to be very, very, very persistent and never, ever, ever give up. Again, people like us, we do not quit. People like us, we don't simply give in. People like us, we don't simply give up. People like us are persistent. So let's make it until the end of the year. Let's not waste any time anymore. Let go of your personal dramas in life. Do not wallow in your negative feelings. Go out there, talk to people. Again, if your downlines, if your leaders, if your people cannot, cannot take the same action, cannot go with you, you cannot, ladies and gentlemen, help them if they cannot help themselves. You can only carry one person in your back, but you cannot carry everyone. Remember that. So be persistent. And last, it is important, my friends, to do daily routine, to have daily routine that will make your success inevitable. Create daily activities. Take actions, my friends. Go there, go here. Do not let your setback, do not let your discouragement stop you from getting your goals. Do not let your setback, ladies and gentlemen, your life interruption, your life disturbances, those troubles stop you from getting your goals. Again, the best antidote, ladies and gentlemen, to those obstacles, to those setbacks, taking action, and it's important to take daily routine. All right? Daily routine that makes success inevitable. What are those daily routine that make success inevitable, do you think? The word is inevitable here. You cannot prevent it. You cannot stop success from happening if you do this daily routine. What are those daily routines? Talking to people, looking for prospects, inviting people to, to our opportunity, to show them our marketing plan, sell them the products. What are those daily routine? Talking to your downlines, following them up, motivating them. What are those daily routines? Calling your uplines, acquiring knowledge from them, getting mentorship from them, getting coaching from them. These are, you can do a lot of daily routine, daily activities that will eventually make you successful, that will make success inevitable. And I want you to understand this, that if you focus on those daily routines, daily activities, I want to tell you that success will be inevitable for you. You will never be able to stop success from happening. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that a miracle, ladies and gentlemen? Because one of the most important things that you have to have in this business is a kind of mindset of what I call a miracle mentality. Sometimes we want big things to happen suddenly. Success, ladies and gentlemen, is, it's not measured in miles. It's doing small things every day consistently. When I say persistence, earlier, it's like an ant, a very small ant who tries to devour a tiger. How would a small ant, devour a big tiger? Well, by persistence. Because persistence means like a small ant who tries to devour a tiger. Small but repeated attempt. Small but repeated attempt will complete any undertaking. So I shall say this to you. Small but repeated attempt. Small but repeated attempt done consistently will make your success inevitable. It's, success is not something like it's a big chunk that you have to do, or you have to chew a big chunk to become successful. How do you eat an elephant? One slice at a time, my friend. One slice at a time. One OPP at a time. One prospect at a time. One home party at a time. One presentation at a time. One follow-up at a time. One, mentoring at a time. One retailing at a time. One coaching at a time. One training at a time. But if you consistently do it, where do you think you will go? Eventually, you will reach the finish line and become a global ambassador, a millionaire circle, a top distributor in your country. That's the thing. Instead of focusing on those things that discourages you, focus on your setbacks and obstacles. Ladies and gentlemen, come out of there. Come out of that. Come back from your setback. Because the truth is, while you are feeling the sting of your setback, while it is discouraging you, while it is hurting you, ladies and gentlemen, life is preparing your great comeback. Isn't that wonderful that all these things you have to undergo, you have to experience, because this is actually, these things, the obstacles, the hardship you're going through, the setback you're in right now, this is actually preparing you for your great comeback. So if you lost your downlines, it doesn't matter. Build again. If you lost your great leader because they went to a different program, it's okay. Build again. Look for more people again. Find somewhere else. Find some more people. Find some other people. Don't get too attached, ladies and gentlemen, to others' actions, to others' behavior. If you have to depend, if there's someone you have to depend to or depend on, it is yourself. Do not depend to someone else. Because if you depend to someone else, that's out of your control. Whatever behavior, whatever pattern, action they take, guess what? That's where you're going as well. That's what's gonna happen to you as well. But if you focus on yourself, but if you know, take success as your personal responsibility, you become successful. Because again, as I always say, success is our own responsibility. You cannot let other do your own push-ups for you. If you want to have this big chest, you have to do the push-up yourself. You cannot expect other people to do your own push-ups for you. You cannot expect your downlines to move, to recruit and everything, to create volumes for you. You have to create it yourself. So take charge of your success. Take responsibility for your success. And do not let these setbacks, this quarantine period, this pandemic, do not let this COVID, let this affect our dreams and our spirits. You can do a lot of things while you're home if you know how to do digital or online marketing, or how to maximize social media marketing. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of tools that you can actually use. Again, knowledge, information is everywhere. The resources are out there. We do not lack the resources, but people lack the being resourceful. Again, people do not lack the resources, people lack being resourceful. There's a lot of things you can actually, you know, maximize and use to become successful. There's a lot of trainings out there. There's a lot of programs that we do, especially the R2S program. So if you're not a part of it, you're missing a lot, my friends, because we have created such good results among our participants and students, and Keith and Jarmaine know this. So that's why, I hope you'll be able to really help your downline, help your leader, help your team, help your family member, whoever you know, to come back, to come out from their setback. Because in our networking life, I'm telling you this, we will never be able to avoid. There's no way. If your question is how to avoid discouragement, well, I'm telling you, we will never be able to, we will never be able to stop, ladies and gentlemen, or prevent obstacles and setbacks happening in our lives. We should be, ladies and gentlemen, we should be uh, good in terms of problem solving. You will be paid. Eventually, all the entrepreneurs in this world, they are getting paid. Their success is depending upon their ability to solve or provide solutions to people's problem. If you can provide solutions to your downlines when they're in their setbacks or whatever encounter they negative encounter their experience and everything, you'll become successful in our business. I'm telling you. So be a leader who is solution oriented, who is a problem solver. We should be good in problem solving. We should be providing solution to our downlines in whatever problems they encounter. Like if they lack the skills, provide solution for them. If they get easily discouraged, provide solution for them. If they cannot get out from their setback, provide solution for them. The great leaders in our industry or in the entire world of entrepreneurship are leaders who can provide solutions, are leaders who are good in problem solving. So I challenge each and every one of you, improve on your problem solving skills, because that's how you're going to be paid one day, on how good you are in terms of solving problems. Like being an employee. If you're an employee that holds a position, and if you can provide better solution, if you can provide, solution to problems of your company, then you get paid well by your boss. So wherever you go, if you are a good problem solver as a leader, you're gonna get paid well. It's the same way in our industry, in our business. So for those of you who are in the setback, who are experiencing life interruptions, interference, and disturbances, now you know how to really come out of that comeback from that setback. Again, when life, my friends, all right, when you are experiencing all these things, while you're feeling the sting of your setback, life is preparing for your great, great comeback. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been my pleasure to share with you this wonderful piece. I hope this is going to be, beneficial for you, and you'll be able to guide your downlines, help your team better, help more people in your team. And in behalf of the board of directors and the top management, we are all here to help you in your journey. We are all in